very important question. Two things. One, the graduated response, and then secondly, what we do with what is an outstanding culture and heritage that we actually have. I've been involved in Orange and Ulster British culture far longer than I've ever been a politician. I've been a Belfast Orange man for 25 years. And I remember in the 90s, with no difficulties, parading the full length of the Ormeau Road. And there was never an intention to demean. It was not what we were taught in our lodges across Belfast. That's not what we were about. And we need to get out our message as to who we are and as to what we're about. There was a lot of work went into the graduated response, and I was involved in some of that. Yes, we are only strong when we're united. When we start peeling off from each other or whatever, we will divide and we will weaken. And that's just as simple as where it comes. When we divided, when we weakened, we started peeling off. Theresa Villiers, I think wrongly, and we've told her so, pulled out of what was an initiative on the parading panel, because we have to have some form of structure. We can get across who we are, what we're about, and a wonderful heritage that we have, and also the contribution that loyalism makes. I've grown up in Belfast and watched literally thousands, perhaps not even tens of thousands of young men learning musical instruments, being part of one of the greatest cultural folk festivals anywhere in the world. And that was all part of their loyalist Ulster British culture. And I want to see that go on and to continue and to be funded. But we can do it if we stay united. It is still a Westminster matter. I want to go there to London as I am an Orange man. I'll not be leaving that at the door if I'm privileged enough to be allowed to step into Parliament. I'll be an Orange man in Parliament, advocating for what some of the things Rodney rightly said, which was the freedom of assembly, the freedom to demonstrate your heritage and culture, and the presumption in any democratic society in favour of parading. And I think there are a lot of other things that we can all do together to address that bias. Diane Dodds, through Europe, produced a number of funding booklets that helped a lot of loyalist bands and different organisations achieve money for their uniforms and for their equipment. And when I look at the bands, from what I grew up in the 70s in Belfast, to what it's costing now, it's a credit to the young men and women of the bands, because it's tens of thousands of pounds now to run a band, which it wasn't when we were young. And yet they're still doing it, and they're still doing it very well.